nothing I love more than a fried oyster salad, whether I'm doing it the holidays or in the middle of summer. Avocado, creamy chive dressing, these spectacular fried oysters, beautiful greens with a vinaigrette. Can't wait to show you how to make it. So these are so delicious and you're gonna love doing this so much. We start with these select oysters, and these are oysters that last a lot longer. They are fresh. They're processed in such a way that they get rid of the bacteria, and they make it so that it's something you can keep around for like 14 days. So I love getting these around the holiday, making fried oysters, making a fried oyster salad. It's just a complete treat. We recipe tested it this weekend and it's just, well, it's perfection. So I'm gonna open this. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour this, and this, what it's in is called the oyster liquor, and that is also what they left it in, which is so wonderful, and we can do something magic with that. But for right now, what we're gonna do is drain it for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna soak it in buttermilk. So I put my hair up because we're gonna be doing some frying, and I don't wanna have my hair getting singed too. So we've got this, and it's all, what's the word I'm looking for, Lily?
Drained?
Drained.
Strained.
Okay. Drained, strained. And I'm gonna put it here in this bowl, and then what I've got is my buttermilk, and I'm gonna pour that over, and then we're gonna let that marinate just a little bit. I'm gonna mix together cornmeal and rice flour, a little bit more cornmeal than rice flour. So I put this all together, and then what I do is separate it into two. It's maybe an unnecessary step for some, but as you mix this, you know, you're talking about this, gets kind of gloopy. So if that happens, you wanna be able to switch to the other bowl. So now what we do is we take these lovely oysters. You can drain the entire thing if you want to do that. Put them in here. And I like to do a few at a time. And then I take my hand, I just use this one hand so that everything dry is going together. And make sure they're well coated. And then I stick them on a tray. So one thing I want to say is certainly this is a delicacy, but when you buy the oysters this way, they're called like select oysters, and they're in packages, and they last for like 14 days rather than like 2 days. It's actually quite a bit less expensive than if you get regular oysters. And unless you just have access to fabulous oysters and someone that wants to shuck for you, then that's wonderful too. You may be surprised or not surprised to know that I don't have an air fryer, but I do have one of these. And I've had one for years, and they're a lot of fun to have. No one thinks that eating fried food every day is a good idea. But occasionally, for a fabulous oyster salad or for some French fries, pretty fabulous. So I'm absolutely deep frying these, and if you have one of these, use it because it's fabulous. I don't think the power is on. But what I want to say is you can also pan fry and do this on the stove and not use nearly as much oil, and they're also going to be fabulous. So here I've got them. And they're looking lovely. And I'm gonna put some in the fry basket. I don't like to overload it because then they're harder to get out. And I'm just gonna load them up and stick it back in the oil. And I have this here, and if at any point anything feels a little soggy and I need to dip it again, because in the meantime, while the other ones are frying, it got kind of wet, and I do that. And then I just stick these guys in. Let's watch it happen, and Lily's gonna put the timer on. Ready, go. There we have it. So this is a double dressing moment. I first just did the greens with a vinaigrette because I think that feels good there, but then we want a little bit of a really creamy dressing. Feels a little bit like a tartar sauce, but a play on it, so it's my citrus creamy chive. This is such a win. I can't wait for you to try it.